I just want to put an emphasis on what the district commissioner had put across and to the women that were at the agriculture show Chingola. As you are aware, the rain belt of Zambia has shifted to the copper belt from the southern province. And when you look at the farmers today, you find that most farmers that are there, especially in Chingola, Luansha, Kitwe, and the other areas of the copper belt and the peri-urban areas, are women. Mostly are women. Now, what I would just like to comment on is that if you look at the food stuff that was brought by the women at the show, they went through pain. Why? Because the road network of Chingola, not even roads to talk about. So what I would just like to speak to our able government is that when they do the sharing of the finances, especially when they do the budget, in the next budget, I think Chingola should be the number one. Because if you look at the mining sector that is in Chingola KCM, it contributes 65%, if not more, to the central bank. So where is our percentage going as Chingola? Because in the copper belt, we are the least developed in the road network. When you look at the women today that are developing Chingola in the peri-urban areas, because 3/4 of Chingola is peri-urban, there is nothing to talk about the town setup. So when we look at the setup of Chingola, we're talking about 3/4 to be peri-urban. And who is in the peri-urban area? It's the woman. When I retired from the politics partially, I'm a farmer today. And as I am a farmer, when you look at what I'm doing and what I'm producing, I think by average, we as women are producing the food basket of Zambia. So what I can just echo to the president, who I love so much, who is hardworking, what I would really love to see is that may we be put on the roadmap in Zambia as women. Already he's done very, very well to the distribution of the positions. When we look in the private sector, we even look at the police service, 3/4 today are women that are in high positions. So meaning that the percentage is growing. So if we grow the percentage of the women,
just to bring you back, how has been the pricing, FR pricing of maize?
I would want to say that the pricing of the FR maize, like in the last season, the percentage was not too bad, it was good. But what we would love to ask is women today, because I can assure you that mostly today the maize won't be as much as it's been in the last season. So we would love that they do a increment, even if it's like a 3-5%, it will really cheer up the farmer. That I can assure you. That if they do a small increment.
Last season, was it delivered on time?
The delivery of fertilizer last season was a bit disappointing. And I think maybe you are aware that when you take up the new seat, firstly, you are jittery of what you are going to do. Secondly, you do not have the boldness to, go flat out into it because you are scared of mistakes that you are going to make. But now I know that as government, the stability is there now. So there won't be any excuse that we've just come into government. We've been in government now. This is an absolute 2 years coming, isn't it? So it means that in this season, if they start distributing the fertilizer now, we really appreciate.
Is there a tendency for women sometimes to downlook on the agriculture sector, thinking we're mostly focusing on office jobs?
Not really. I can take you back, Mr. Sakala. If you look at a woman, even if you look at my mother's age, I'm sure that even before I grew up, my mother used to keep backyard chickens to be able to sell on a small scale. And she was the one who had a backyard garden. It was my mother. So women, don't fear whatever they are touching. If you look at who is a woman today, even degree holders, I know of a girl in Lusaka, in Kasama, as leader, she's doing chickens today. She's a woman from a very high office. She was a human resource director, and now she's a farmer. So you can see that as women we don't fear. It's not that we are only fighting the bigger offices, we also are saying reposition. Let us reposition together. Repositioning together does not mean that we want to take over the offices. We are saying we need to be at an equal level, because in the creation of God, He created us 50-50. Actually, before God, there is no man, there is no woman. Meaning that as a helper, I have more power than the man today, isn't it? Because when God is saying, I am a helper, strictly saying, He is saying, I have more strength than man. So when I am working, even at home, my baby on the back, my bucket of water on my head, or charcoal on my head, and the bucket of water on the other hand. So I have 3 bags at one time, which man cannot do. So my husband will be sitting while I'm warming water for him. Meanwhile, we were in the field together. That is what it is to be a woman. So, Mr. Sakala, I think we are not scared of being in the field.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.